Hello YouTube world. Today we have yet another video. It's called How to Invest During the Tariffs. Quick example of that is, when you see something like this, where like all the stocks are just shown in red, you know what to do. And so I did some little bit of research to figure out what can be, done at this time. And this is the one that I found. The company name is, I believe, uh, Amphenols, I believe, corporation. Um, and they do pay a dividend yield of 0.63%. I believe it's quarterly or by semester. And basically, these guys deal with they event um, fibers for like cable wires. They deal with the cables, um, electricity, and things like that. And so let's dive right in. They are actually going for $100, $106.63, and they're up 1.4% at opening hours, and for closing hours, they will be down negative 0.12. And so let's get into it. As you can see, it started off today doing a phenomenal job. Remember what I said from the previous videos: green is to buy, red is to sell. And hello there to you too. Hopefully you're having a wonderful day and everything works out. A good stock to buy right now. It's kind of hard to say because there's like over 35,000 stocks to pick from. 35,000, right, in the U.S. alone. Not even talking about the ones that are foreign. So so there's always something to find out there with it being 35,000 stocks. And thanks for your help, yo, and thanks for your support. We do need channels like this all times, right? So let's get into it. You got your top and bottom right here, right? Bottom, then the top, right? And the middle, and the reason why it's green right now. Thanks for the subscribe. Thanks a lot. I try to make videos every chance I get. So yeah, thanks a lot. I always wanted to learn this too. They don't teach too much of this in high school, so I had to man, um, do a lot of grinding and research. Thanks a lot for your support too. Thank you. But again, thanks a lot. The bottom and the top, right? And this line right here, that it's not too invisible, but in order to know what the company is doing or whatever, you want to pay attention to the green color, right? Green is to buy, red is to sell, right? And so what ended up happening was, since a company is doing so well, this line right here and anything above it, right? Anything above it pretty much means to buy, and pretty much it means that everything is okay, right? So I think today is the last day of the month, but let's take a look for the week. Yeah, you see that there? Even though you see this at the bottom and you see it going down right here, but what to pay attention to is how fat it jumps, right? That middle line right here, and then boom, it jumps right there, right? And that's always good, even though it comes down this way, but immediately after, boom, it jumps. And it pays a dividends too, and you can also make profit. But I try to get the dividend stocks, either get paid weekly or monthly or every like 6 months, I believe. And so let's see what it looks like for the next month. Yeah. So after a while, it's the same kind of pattern, right? Everything is determined down here in this area, but since because the stock is doing so well and it's producing what everybody needs, that middle line, oh shoot, that middle line that I was telling you about right here, boom, it goes to C and it goes above it, right? So you can definitely, um, if you had a couple dollars, a few dollars, $5, put your stock in this one, APH Corporation. Um, there's different systems to find out how much dividends you can get if you calculate it. But I'm not too good with that because all I learned is how to like read the graph and everything else, can come second. So let's see what it looks like for the next 3 months. Wow, this is a pretty good example of it. All this green down here, even from the previous with the dip that it was doing. Wow, all this right here. You see that line between 193, that middle line? Boom, right there. It's all the way up here, right? And a lot of times, the dip means the stock price can get lower, but sometimes, it could rise or stay the same. Now, let's take a look uh, for the 6 months mark. You see, there's so much positive news back here, right? That anything down here, it really doesn't matter because it already reached its peak. It was already green. And so this is pretty much telling you how well um, this stock performance is doing. And um, math is a part of the graph too, right? So once you understand the math aspect of it and how like, X and O's and things like that, you can definitely read the graph and see where it's going. Now for the next year, you see that even though there's nothing touching right here, it's all down there. But the buying power right here, you see that above the middle line? The buying power makes it so that it doesn't even really matter what's going on because, and these are all predictions, right? Nothing is guaranteed, but at the same time, they keep tracks and they keep records of it, right? So again, right here, this middle line is above it right here. It takes a small dip, but boom, it goes straight up, you know. And these are the kind of stocks that you want to pay attention to because even though there's a lot of things going on, but there are a lot of stocks that you can find that are out there, whether it's foreign or American stocks. Any kind of profit really is always a good profit, right? Ain't nothing like free money. The next 5 years, you see, even for the next 5 years, no matter what it does. Now, it could crash tomorrow, but as of right now, um, everything looks A-okay, even with the tariffs. It just means like you got to find something that everybody needs. And for this company, it makes wires and fiber wires for cables, and everybody do need cables. Everybody need cables, for plugins and things. But yeah, $106.63 a share, and even the 10-year for mark. None of this down here matters. The 10-year mark. Only thing that matters is what it says above this middle line right there. You see that, and boom. Um, Yeah, I'll definitely, yeah. Material, I mean, mineral companies are good too, like gold, oil, I believe oil, but those are good companies too, right? But those companies, I'm not saying they're slim to none, but not everybody is a maybe a big fan of that kind of work. So big ups to those people that do those type of work. Big up to them because without them, a lot of this stuff would be hard to do. Oh, okay, yeah, I'll definitely. Yeah, I think I did one of those yesterday. The Nvidia, I think I did one, and that's a stock. If all else fails, that stock will be doing well. That's something you can look out for, no doubt. But always pay attention. Always remember, right, that green is to buy, red is to sell, and pay attention to this middle line right here. You see that? Now let's take a look for the all real performance. You see the middle line, no matter how far, how close, even though all this is down here, but it's just a good way of people just buying into the stock, right? So $10, $20, $50, $100, wouldn't be too bad of a choice to invest in this company. And again, all I did was, you see how everything is looking right here. S&P, Dow Jones. Look at all this freaking red. You see that? Man, it's crazy. But, after hours 0.12. But here it is. This is actually a great one because all the predictions was in red, you know? So I would like to say thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching this video. Until next time, keep investing.